Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to care for a tiger salamander. This right here, I think he could be one of 4 different types of tiger salamanders. I'll have it up on the screen right now. But I do not know which one he is because instead of stripes, he has dots all over him. As you can see that, he has no stripes. He has a couple stripes. Here, let me put them down so I can show you. I think it's on this side. Yeah, right there. He has like 2 or 3 stripes right there, but everything else is just dots all over his tail. So I don't know what kind of tiger salamander he is, but I do know that he's a tiger salamander just because of that face. So cute. But yeah, you guys should comment down below what you guys think it is. But yeah. Alright, so the first thing you want to get for your tiger salamander is at least a 10-gallon tank. I have a 20-gallon long tank for this guy right here. He's so cute. But yeah, if it is, I would say if it is from 5 to 8 inches, if it's from 5 to 8 inches or below, then I do recommend having it in a 10-gallon or above. You can't have it in a 5-gallon. But if it is above 8 inches, I do recommend a 20-gallon tank, because this guy right here is 10 inches on the dot. He's pretty big for a tiger salamander. Normally they're like 8 inches the most, but this guy's 10. But yeah, that's why I have him in a 20-gallon tank, because he's above 8 inches. And yeah. Now then, the second thing you want to get for your tiger salamander is substrate. I'll show you my tank in a second. You're going to want to have dirt, preferably dirt, no sand, and it has to be really moist because they're amphibians, they drink through their skin. And make sure your hands are clean whenever you're handling them. My hands are. But yeah. Now then, this is my tank. I have a bunch of crickets in here. Some of them are dead, but he eats those. Some tiger salamanders don't eat the dead ones. Most of them just eat the live ones, so I do recommend taking them out. But since mine eats the dead ones, I just keep them in there. But yeah, as you can see, he has his own little burrow right here. I have about 6 inches of dirt, I would say. I do recommend at least 3 inches. But if you like 3 inches for a 10-gallon, and if you don't have any hides like how I do, you need to have at least 6 inches. It may seem like a lot of dirt, but they need to be able to make their burrows into the ground right there. He had one right here. You could see how it was like a divot. But yeah, he'd just sit right here in the corner, and then I would put the leaf above him. And yeah, I just moved the leaves away so you guys could see his little burrow right there. And yeah, so this is my tank. It's a 20-gallon. Got the 6 inches, like I said. And if you don't have any hides like how I do, you do want to have leaves. You really do want to have leaves in the tank, because they can hide underneath it. So it's not just dirt in the tank, because they can feel insecure, or like not insecure. They could feel stressed out because they feel like they're out in the open. But I have plenty of leaves in here, and he's got 6 inches. Next thing you want in your tank is hides, unless if you have at least 6 inches of dirt in your tank. You don't have to have hides, but I do recommend hides. I'm going to get some because if you have hides, you can see your tiger salamander better compared to him being buried all the time. Mine comes out at night to hunt for his food. Sometimes he comes out during the day to eat. But yeah, so if you're going to get hides, you need one at least twice the size of it. So mine is going to have to be like, I'd say like, yeah. So mine would have to be at least twice the size. my hide is gonna be have to be twice the size of him, so I would say this big right here. It may not look like it, but in person it is. This would be a big hide for a salamander his size. Another thing you want to get is a water dish. I don't have a water dish because he never really used it, and he flipped his water dish and it made a big mess and there's water all over the bottom of the tank. And I don't have one in there because I always water him every single day, or like spray him with the spray every single day, and right now he's in his little water right here. You're gonna want your tank to be 60, the degrees of the tank to be 60 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I do not know the degrees Celsius. I will have it on my screen right now. For everyone that lives in or isn't used to the Fahrenheit. Look how cute he is. Nope, go into the weather. Yeah, that's the temperature you're gonna want your tank for these guys. I do recommend it not being in the high 70s. Some of them do not really like it, but some people say that they thrive in that kind of weather. But I did notice that in lower temperatures, they were more slower, and they didn't really have to eat as much because of their metabolism. It slowed down. But yeah, you can have lights in the tank. I do not recommend a heat lamp. If I were you, I would get the UVB light bulb or whatever. It's like, I think it's the UVB light bulb. It's the kind where it's not a heat lamp, but it gets all the nutrients from the light that the sun gives them. Except without all the heat, because obviously they're amphibians, they like the cooler temperatures. You can also have the light of the tank on all day, but you kind of have to turn it off every night. You can have like a little night light, like a dim light in there at night. The reason why you can have the light on all day is because, like I said, they bury all the time. And if they feel stressed out from the light, you can just turn it off whenever. It really depends on your tiger salamander. I don't have a light yet, but I'm going to get some upgrades for him and give him pretty much everything on this list. But yeah, for feeding, guys, you are going to need to feed him crickets with calcium powder on them, because crickets do not have the calcium nutrients that they need. But yeah, if you want to bypass that, I would feed them live minnows, so you don't have to feed them calcium and that kind of stuff. And yeah, so I would feed them every other day, not every day, because your tiger salamander can get obese. But if you have not trained him to eat from tongs, like if I go like this and he tries taking food from me, then that means he's not, that means he's trained. But if he's not trained where he won't eat from your hands, then you have to go to the store once a week, get 2 dozen crickets and put him inside the tank with him, so you can find him and eat him on his own. But yeah, and you can feed them treats like pinky mice. Pinky mice have a lot of calcium in their diet, not in their diet, in their bodies. So, and the milk inside their stomachs from their moms that they drink from the mom, it has a bunch of calcium too, but the milk is also very fattening, so you only want to feed them a pinky mice once a week. But if you want to do it the simple way, just take some calcium powder, and put it on crickets, and then just feed them to them. You can also get mealworms. They're slower and easier for these guys to catch. I haven't had a problem with mealworms at all. Yeah, I also feed them earthworms. I'll have a list of everything that they can eat on the screen right now, and next to them I'm going to have how many times you should feed them a week. and I'm gonna have them in different classes. Like maybe on this side, I'm going to have like the food that they can eat like every other day, and then this food for like this side for like treats. But yeah, that's what you're going to want to feed them. I feed this guy like 4 crickets every other day. I hand feed him. Sometimes he doesn't hand feed them, so I just get 2 dozen crickets from the store and just put them in the tank. And yeah. Alright guys, for tank mates, you're going to want to have pretty much only other tiger salamanders. Unless if you get a mole salamander like a marbled salamander or a yellow spotted salamander. If it's big enough to where they won't get eaten by the tiger salamander, then you can keep them together. Although I do not recommend it. I recommend only having other tiger salamanders with them. But yeah, you're going to want to have you can have, I think, yeah, so you can have 2 tiger salamanders per 10 gallons. So in a 20-gallon tank, you can have 4 tiger salamanders. And then so on. So then in a 30-gallon, you could have 6. But yeah. He says, you're so cute. And you do not want to have reptiles with them. Like, don't have any lizards with them, because lizards have claws and it can scratch them up. Like, let's say I had a skink and it just decided to crawl over him. It could tear up his fragile skin. That kind of stuff. And I do not recommend having newts with them, because newts are they have toxins in their skin that are really bad for other animals. So and like I said, these guys' skins are really sensitive. They drink everything through their skin. So imagine if a newt's toxin got on their skin. They would pretty much absorb that, and then your tiger salamander would die. So you do not want to have that happen, so don't have any newts with them. You can have some frogs with them. Make sure that it's bigger. I would say if you're going to have a frog, it has to be twice the size of its head. Like mine, like right here, if I'm going to have a frog with it has to be twice the size of the head. But yeah, I know that you can keep frogs and salamanders together as long as they don't try to eat each other. I think I can have a small Pac-Man frog with this guy, I would say. But yeah. Now then, these guys live about 15 to 25 years. Judging on the size of mine, I think mine's gonna live a really long life. I heard that, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that the smaller your salamander is, the shorter its lifespan is. I don't know if that's true, but yeah. In the tank, you're also going to want to have springtails and not centipedes, springtails and roly-polies. Those are like those little bugs that roll up into a ball, and they kind of look like an armadillo. But yeah, so I think that the springtails, they clean up all the poop, and then the roly-polies will eat all the extra food and like the dead leaves in the tank and that kind of stuff. And yeah, this guy's so cute. Here's his little home right here. I have my tiger salamander. I don't know if he's gonna go in right away, but he'll find his way in there. Could try to help him. Just go to like that. No, go inside your home. Go inside your home. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna leave him outside of his tank for now. He'll be fine in here. As you can see, the tank size compared to my tiger salamander. And yeah, leave a like if I should do a feeding video. And yeah, if you guys have any questions on how to take care of these guys, I pretty much covered everything. But if you have any specific questions, like any diseases and that kind of stuff, or anything else that you didn't fully understand in the video, please leave it in the comment section below, so I can tell you, or so that I can tell you the answer. But yeah, that is going to be all for this video, guys. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.